Café Anyway. It's so good to be here today.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Everybody, let's do a goofy voice together. Just do whatever. Hello there. That's very good.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I think we should call this Funny Voice Day. It's episode 2709, 2709. Hope you're doing fine. I've got really nothing to whine about except that, well, I guess when you get out of town for a little bit, it helps you and you don't whine as much. You're not the whiny white man wine list for a while.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It was so good. We took the cat with us. Here he is now here at Café Anyway. It's Rocky,
Mike's
the cat.
Daily
We went up to
Podcast.
the fine town of...
Yeah!
Well, not really. I mean, we got as far as Guerneville, but we went through Bodega Bay. We were on the coast. We went down to Marshall. We had a delicious dinner this evening and then drove back down. It's so, for all the things I hate about the Bay Area, the traffic, the graffiti, the high taxes, I love the scenery. Oh my gosh. You can be along the coast 1 second and 10 minutes later, you're up to your necks or it's above your neck. It's above your head. It's towering above you. It's redwoods, not redheads. Oh, you may run into a redhead. I guess anything is possible in the Bay Area. So we love it. So that's right. That is Rocky the cat. So we had a great time today and it's good to be back. One good thing about the sun going down early. See, I hate that we did my birthday weekend because my birthday is coming up on Wednesday. So to celebrate, we did a little trip out of town the weekend before. We do that the weekend before. Hello, lovely lady friend. I'm doing a podcast. And we do it the week before because if we do it the next weekend, well, that's Thanksgiving weekend and that's crazy.
And here's today's podcast picture.
In fact, my birthday this year is going to be the craziest travel day of the year. It's going to be nuts on the road. More people are going to be on the road than ever before. So we're just going to basically stay in for my birthday. But this weekend, it was nice. There was hardly any traffic except coming down through Berkeley and 80 right there by the beautiful bay, which you get stuck in traffic, but you look over to the right and you see the beautiful Golden Gate Bridge, the Oakland Bridge, everything's lit up. We got through there in the evening. It was very nice. I've taken the late great Basil the Boxer through there before. I'll have a podcast picture from one of the glorious things we saw this past weekend. In fact, I took him years ago to Bodega Bay, and my lovely lady friend had not been there before. So we went there yesterday and today, and it was so nice. So we'll do a podcast picture from that. Weird Al Yankovic reveals the one artist who turned him down, always turned him down. Quote, about half a dozen times we approached him, and he's got a sense of humor, but he was kind of precious about his music. So basically, Weird Al said, let's go crazy, and Prince said, let's not. Apparently, Prince was not into that. And then this article goes into a bunch of comments. I guess it is a YouTube video that is about that. Okay. Interesting. Well, who knew? Great song by Pink, by the way. Not Prince, but Pink. Another one word named person that's name starts with a P. I got that from The Dig. I used to enjoy, that's with 2 G's. I used to enjoy getting articles from it, but now it doesn't give you so much articles as it gives you YouTube videos. And I'm up to my neck, above my head, as with the Redwoods. I am way above it all with the dang videos. Hey, funny Winky over there in Florida, who used to be friends with my mom, my late mother. who used to send her crazy emails all the time, has sent another humorous thing. Let's see. What? Okay, that makes no sense.
The Daily Haley. The almost Daily Haley.
What? Oh no. So the way she used to send this as these things that it was all contained. Now she's sending links. So it asks, what do you call a sick lemon? And then you got to click on it and it gives you, I'm not clicking on links. Sorry, Winky. Gosh, Winky. What's going on? I'm having to cancel Winky. I'm having to cancel Dig with 2 G's. What is happening? All right, I got this email at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. A new survey, America's reading habits revealed. We do judge books by their cover. How and why we're attracted to certain books turns out to be simpler than we thought. A new survey from thriftbooks.com, the world's largest independent reseller of used books, asked 2,000 U.S. adults about their reading habits.
The Fascinating Material Project. FM Project.
Number 1, turns out we can and do judge a book by its cover. Retail suggests that nearly 6 in 10 Americans, or 57% of Americans, more than half, have bought or read a book based solely on its cover. A whopping 96% of those said that these attractive books largely met their expectations. Really? So though they're judging by how it appears, that would put a lot of responsibility in the hands of the artist or the photographer or the graphic artist that is putting together the cover. And then you got these really simple, iconic book covers. Catcher in the Rye. It's like that red, that darkish red, and it just says Catcher in the Rye and just very bland letters. I think they're yellowish, and that's iconic. As we go outside a Café Anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley. Mike's Daily
Anyway,
not to be confused with Mike Staley. There's a guy named Mike. His last name is Staley. I don't know who this guy is, but anybody looking for me ends up finding him. And I don't think he's done a podcast in 10 years. So that's where I lie in my how's my cover. Oh, and that's interesting. I wonder if that pertains as well to podcasts. If people judge a podcast by its logo, because when we have the thumbnail, that's how you see us. The thumbnail, the little logo, whatever it is. I've used the same logo for now over 10 years. Something I designed one day. I had some a pen. What did they call that? It wasn't Adobe Photoshop. It was Corel. That's right. Corel had this pad that you could draw on, and I drew the logo using that. And then the Corel got scratched, and it doesn't work anymore, and I can't. So I'm basically stuck with that logo forever. 8 in 10 respondents admitted to avoiding a book because of its outward appearance. The top reasons for rejection: the book cover looked too plain, which I guess wasn't the problem for Catcher in the Rye. Although a lot of English teachers forced their students to read Catcher in the Rye. I think it was on a reading list that I had to.
Whoa! Mike's Matthewsman Park.
The front panel will close automatically. Please remain seated at all times.
And now we return you to our regularly scheduled program with Mike Matthews.
Magnification.
Was the reason why Ronald Reagan was shot. One of the reasons pertaining was somehow connected to Catcher in the Rye. J.D. Salinger.
Mike's out of left field recordings.
Recording everything captures actions that will never again be repeated.
So 61%, that's way over half, thought it looked too plain, or it used a title font that wasn't likable. That was a little over half. Or feature art that didn't match the genre. They didn't like that. So that was a little over half, 52%. They did not purchase the book because of that. Or the book used the movie poster of the book's film adaptation. They didn't like that. Oh, That's weird because I read the book Gremlins before the movie came out because I thought the book cover looked cool. Now, no, as I recall, the book cover looked exactly like the movie poster. The average American reads about 8 books a month. That's fascinating. Anyone who worries that reading is falling out of fashion may be reassured to learn that on average, a person consumes nearly 100 books a year.
Woo!
We like and I don't know how much of that is reading it or actually listening to the audio. I know Audible and Spotify and Amazon are all cashing in on that. And we like the book to screen thing. 2 out of 3 people, or 67%, way over half, admitted they only read books that have been adapted into movies or TV shows. Okay, here are some of the most popular titles that have inspired recent or upcoming adaptations. Killers of the Flower Moon, Lessons in Chemistry, Black Cake, Leave the World Behind.
The Marco Minute. The Marco Minute.
Daytime versus nighttime reading. Do we have to choose? If you consider yourself an avid reader, you're more likely to read during the day rather than at night.
Ginormous.
So 88% of people asked read during the day, 69% read at night. I always read at night. It helped me fall asleep.
We love you, Mike.
Nearly 2/3 attribute their preference to avoiding nightmares based on their reading material.
The word of dog.
You will travel into the incredible universe.
Nighttime reading may have its advantages, though. 56% of those who read at night said it helps them get better shut-eye, and 55% noted it helps them fall asleep faster. So basically about the same.
Magnification.
Let's say more than half of Americans regularly give books as gifts. And then the top genres for books that are given as gifts include, at the top, romance.
A fine article.
You silly, great, fat article.
And the best covers. Okay. And we'll end with this. The best book covers.
The Cutting Corners Corner.
The Cutting Corners Corner. Oh, that was based on a survey by thriftbooks.com. Here we go. The top best book covers include the book cover to the book Misery by Stephen King, Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling, Twilight by Stephanie Meyer, 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James, Atomic Habits by James Clear, The Pilot's Wife by Anita Shreve, and there's a couple other ones. Let's see, the ones that jump out at me: The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck, and Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. There you go. What do you think of that? Let me know in the comments. Oh, I hate when people say that. Hey, look who's outside of Café Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, the show supervisor. Wow, it sounded amazing that you did that, Mike Matthews. 57% of people that listen to this podcast cannot stand the way you sound because of that retainer thing. Well, I don't care what they think, Mike Matthews. In fact, I think they're cruel is what I think. If you ask me what I think, Mike Matthews, 90% of what I think is that they're cruel, Mike Matthews. Do you want to still go? No, it's okay. Look who else is here. Hello, Mike. This is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. 99% of people think Floyd the Floorman sounds awful, but I don't care. Mike Matthews. I love him. Okay. And that's pretty much the end of the show.
Hey, kids.
Because all we need is love.
It's me, Do-Re-Mi the Clown.
And I think 99% of the mics that were asked on today's podcast which Beatles song do they like the most, I think was We Need Is Love. And definitely not whatever that new thing is that came out with the AI. Eee. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. And with more ways to reach me, here's A-Frame. Oh, but first the phone number.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!